is we're going to go up this way. We're going to set up here. And then we're going to wait for a dive opportunity. During this time, our Ana plus Kree can just stand up here, right? Because they're both ranged, and they're both like easy dive targets. So you don't want to put them on low ground, and you don't want them to be like easy targets. So keep them up there. They can do their job. If they need peeled for, we have a Diva, we have a Winston, we have a Lucio. But otherwise, the other 4 are going to be engaging the enemy where. I'm going to label some parts in the map. I want you guys to tell me. Where's the best place to take the engagement? I assume 5 is up top.
3?
No.
Either
Do you know why?
2 or 4.
It's not 4 either. 4 is too far. By that time, they're already on point. The 2 best spots are 1 and 2. Why?
Just so you can, Monkey can drop onto him. Pretty much.
Yeah, Monkey can drop, right? He doesn't have to use jump, and then when Monkey gets low, he jumps back up to his Ana from either side. Right? It gives you basically a free cooldown for that engagement. Additionally, if you're standing in... If the fight's going to take place in 1 or 2, enemy's going to be red. The enemy takes like 2 passes to get to this point, right? And if we beat them to this high ground, which is very important, and I believe we did it because we were at a Lucio and they didn't. So if we're on this high ground first and we're holding this, we have the opportunity to choose when we attack them, right? Because then they're defending, and no, they're attacking and we're defending. So we get to choose where we take the engagement. So we take engagements right outside of chokes. Why?
They have less options to back up.
Yeah, so as soon as they leave this choke, they have no mini, they have no cover, right? They have no mini over here. They're going to be out in the open, easy for an Ana nade, easy for a dive to happen, easy for Tracer to be over here and pepper them or chase them into this room when they're low and scared. It just helps us so much when we engage people in chokes and like strategic areas of the map. So that's why like we need to attack them in 1 or 2. Let's see what we did. Okay, so this is 1. We're still not attacking them. What are we doing? Like, right now, our Diva's holding this front line, and everyone's looking at her, right? Like, we need to, as a team, be in their backline right now, because we're dive. If our Diva even gets demacked by these 2, it'll be worth it, because it'll be a 5v4 against our backline, and we win. Right? So even if Diva just sat here, grabbed a Mega, flew away, baited their tanks back towards her, this Diva has the opportunity to separate their front line from their back line, which makes it hard for their Zarya to use like projected bubble or anything on them. She actually just used it on this Rhine. So this is a free backline engage. Good eat. What do? We brawl them, right? Instead of actually, like, I'm actually in their backline right now alone. But instead of actually being in their backline right now, like back here, we're 5 people are stacked right here just taking the, like, fight, right? But you have a Winston bubble as compared to a Rhine shield. You have a Diva matrix as compared to Zarya bubbles. You're just not going to win that, like, frontline fight. The best you can do as tanks is push past their tanks or jump over them. And the best thing you could have done in this was take the elevator up, and then came up here and just dropped on them. And then when you got low, you jump out to your Ana. I sacrificed myself to kill the Rhine there. And then you guys are chasing kills. You guys actually don't need to do this. Since it's an even trade and they don't have their Rhine, what are they lacking? Why do you think I traded myself for their Rhine?
Which is like 1600 shield they don't have.
Yeah, they don't have a shield, so every time they look at you, they're going to take damage. And that's going to be hard for their BAP and their break to heal. Because eventually the Brig's going to run out of packs, and eventually the BAP's going to run out of stability. Then you attack, right? So now it's a resource game. I made this into a resource game. Additionally, I will always trade myself for a Reinhardt. Why?
You come back faster.
Always. Yeah, I'm Tracer. I'm one of the fastest heroes in the game. Even with a Ryan charge, I can beat him to point. So if we trade each other, and I come back, then it's a 5v6 for at least 2, maybe 3 seconds. I don't like you standing here, generally. I think right now you need to be on that high ground. But that's because we wasted bubble and DM because Lucio tried to feed. I legit don't understand what the point of like fighting here is. You're just getting beamed. This is why the Zarya had so many grabs this match. Why are we on low ground? we literally had them back here. They were all here, right? This allows us to forget about them and go high ground and then just wait here. We keep a D.Va on point to cap, because if the D.Va gets like ambushed by a Zarya or something, the D.Va can fly away. We poke down their Zarya, then the D.Va can come back and contest point. Lucy can do the same, but I think D.Va's a little bit better. I think boosters are better than wall riding.
Yeah, it's a lot faster.
So we ignore them. We let them regroup. I, as Tracer, are probably going to come this way or contest point if point's like kind of iffy. I need everybody else just default high ground every single time. They're Ryan Zarya. They're going to get poked the fuck out if they ever like. Meow. Meow at me. Yeah, I saw you. They're going to get poked the fuck out. They're going to be down both Zarya bubbles by the time they touch this elevator, right? That's when you take the fight. And then once we cap point. But like you guys gave up this high ground because you guys wanted to poke more. So setup like between fights is way more important than trying to like juice out the last of the fight. And because you guys poked and your Ana was out of LOS and you're running Lucio against Ana. How long have they been on Ana BAP? We're running dive against Ana BAP. There's no excuse to lose this. Like, cause like D.Va DM eats all of their heals except for BAP shift. All of their heals are gone with D.Va DM. Just as a side note, if they use bubble, shoot the corner of his shield. His shield will go down and bubble won't get energy, so it'll be a waste of a bubble. I like this aggression, but we didn't follow it up. Like, Monkey needs to lead the charge here, and you need to be right behind him with DM. Why?
So he doesn't die.
Yeah, but like, why Monkey in front of you?
Because I can't like really DM backwards and go in at the same time.
Yeah, and also he has the ability to put down a bubble, which stops all damage except for melee. It's very strong. And you guys get grabbed a minute and a half in the game. Like, they got grab at the same time they got window, which is pretty nuts because window charges real fucking fast.
Yep.
I mean, it's not because you guys aren't focusing the Zarya, it's because you guys are focused on their front line, right? This comp almost always will lose to this front line. It's just too strong. You have the range damage and the protection and the synergy between like Ryan and Zarya that like you'll never end up breaking it. The one thing that they don't have on us is this. Why is this important?
We rotate faster.
Yeah, we rotate way faster. Like, us as a team are way faster than these two. So, if we make good rotations and make good decisions, we can always kill these two. No problem. And then once these two are dead, everyone else is, like, fresh meat. Especially these two tanks, because they can't heal themselves. Like, Soldier could be annoying, but it's Soldier. And then Tracer, yeah, we have a Kree and, like, I guess, like, I contested Tracer a lot in this game. Which is kind of my job. But, like, between fights, like, I literally one-clipped her there. So it's 5v6. We need to win this fight. Where's your Winston? Too late. I like how you got the high ground off them. So. I really want to see the VOD for that. I also like the idea of crushing her. It's funny.
Bro, I'm so greedy with it. I need to like actually stop because I die because of it in a lot of fights. I feel like.
I feel like it's more important to play safer than.
Yeah, I know. But I'm so greedy with it, dude.
This though.
Okay, what do we do now?
I said it during the VOD. I said reset, high
Good.
ground.
Reset high ground. Thank you. Who can test point during this?
Me.
Who scouts? No, it's
No,
me
Diva.
actually.
Oh,
Yeah, because I'm gonna be on point and I'm gonna be on the low ground around this area.
so should I just like? Oh yeah, I guess yeah. Okay, never mind. I
Then
should
you're
just
gonna be up here.
yeah with our honor and creed just in case.
Yup. And then if like monkey jumps up here, one of the things you can do is just fly and then boop him back. And then now it's just Diva up there and you can beam her.
Yeah.
Kill her. Like it's really important that monkey and Diva jump at the same time because your kits work well together, but alone, like you guys can't dive alone.
Yeah.
Like Ball is a little different because Ball's dive technique is like way different. Like it doesn't matter how long he stays up there as long as he gets in there, slams or boops someone away and then gets out. And with 600 HP and the adaptive shield, like you can almost always do that. But like Diva has 600 HP but no shield. Winston has a shield and I think 500 HP
Yeah.
or 600. I think it's 600.
I think it's 500.
I think it is 500. Okay, so this is really important. You remember this is like zone 1, right? And this is zone 2. Diva's scouting zone 1. Who's scouting zone 2 for us? Because I'm scouting like zone 3 over here.
Nobody.
Who gets to scout zone 2?
Monkey,
Zone
Kree, or
two.
Anna. Anyone on the high ground later.
Lucio can too. I'd probably put him on that. Because if they go zone 2 to elevator, he can have a boop opportunity.
Yeah, because I feel like our support should be looking there unless our monkey's looking to dive because monkey 3 should be looking to see like where you are and where our team is.
Yeah.
In case
Also-
there's a dive out main.
As a map tech, this map, you can walk off this ledge and then end up on the other side of this gate, by the way. So, like, you don't need to use a jump to get over here, and you don't need to use a jump to drop down there.
Okay.
Don't ever jump to engage. Unless it's a free kill, or unless it's like cleanup.
Yeah. I was trying to call like where they were going here. I think.
It's important that you don't take too much poke, though.
Yeah.
Make sure your DM's up. So you jump to engage, which means you have no out. Which means if we don't win this fight immediately, you're dead. Or then you go in deeper, so you're dead. I don't. Oh yeah, the Kree flanked on right because nobody's watching.
I would say honestly, because I think you like slipped on when you fell or whatever, and like
I
land on the other
did,
side.
yeah.
Like just say like I fucked it up and tell us not to go,
Okay.
or like find a different dive area or something, because yeah.
Also, at the same time, if you rewind it back, like our Diva, and I don't even think our Tracer was really in the dive after you went around, so you could have just walked around. It wouldn't be like a quick dive, but it'd still be kind of a dive, because as soon as you just walk around, your Diva's able to push in.
But we're gonna
So
do
it's the
target.
Tracer.
We're gonna do target calling drills and shit soon too, because it's really important for a main tank to know how to target call.
I think we should probably start
Just because
with the
generally, especially on Winston and Ryan, you're gonna be able to see like health bars like really
Yeah.
easily because you do a lot of cleave damage, and every time you damage someone, I think you're able to see their health for like 2 or 3 seconds.
yeah.
Ball too, right?
Say that again?
Ball when you swing through people. you
Yeah.
can do
Yeah,
this.
but Ball's kind of like he doesn't play like a tank.
That's
He's definitely not like Winston or Ryan
yeah.
or Orisa.
If you
What's
notice
nice about
someone's
Winston
low,
is that
yeah.
you get to zap people, including the people behind a shield, right? Which is a really unique ability. So say if you zap someone and you say, "Oh fuck, their BAP's 1," you can say "bap bap bap bap," and I'll literally just come in, do a little clip, see if I can blank out melee, recall, right? And then that's a BAP down, and then we play slow. We play slow until you're full health, until I have my abilities again, and then we poke and poke again, right? That's kind of like the Monkey Zarya kind of style, but this is like full on dive where you need to identify a target here. Like, there's an Ana in the back. Can we get her? And then everyone's
Oh,
like, yes. And then you go, Ana, 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 Ana. And you jump in with your Diva and your Tracer and your Lucio. And your Kree and Ana stand here, holding hands, protecting everyone. But generally, we engage too soon, right? Now we're pushing through the choke, and we're making ourselves vulnerable, and we're not giving ourselves an out. When we could have waited until they were past this choke, right? And then engage them here. And when you say go in, we need to full commit. So
yeah.
this is correct what Diva's doing. What I need to see everyone else doing is push past these tanks and ignore them. Because this Zarya has consistently always bubbled this Rhine. So if we jump past
Oh,
both of them, the Zarya wastes her abilities every single time. She's not saving bubbles to peel for her supports, so we need to take advantage of that and just engage the supports. Get Lamp out, then reset, and then engage again when Lamp's dead. And when we're like fully healed and shit.
yeah.
Riley, what are you doing? You're so weird. You're literally playing with air.
What is this?
This
This
guy.
cat.
That is fucking weird. I mean, yeah, we lose that fight. What are you? It's just a table. She's looking at me like she wants to kill me. What? Now she's knocking shit off the table? Fuck you.
Huge. No.
Yeah, I think knowing now, I needed more help with the Kree. This is the third time he's killed me. I think he's the only person to kill me this map. Oh yeah, he killed me because he used flash, and I was like, Mikey, he has no flash. You got him, you got him, you got him, you got him. I thought I was so low.
Dude, I'm fucking pistoling him, don't worry. I was like, oh fuck.
Yeah, that's an issue. Don't do that. Oh, whenever you're fighting a Rhine, there's not a single thing that a Rhine can do to you, that your bubble will prevent. So just hold it.
Oh, okay.
Because he swings or fire strikes, but both of those go through shields. The only thing you're stopping is a shatter, but you didn't bubble to like stop shatter.
Yeah.
She opened the
Oh.
fucking door. Weird ass.
Against their comp, I can, in that situation, bubble on the Rhine or in front of him, or I guess behind him, to block heals, right?
Yeah, that's really smart. You want to jump over him, and if Ryan is, say, like this, and his supports are back here, you want to throw a bubble as you jump into their supports, so that it lands, or it isolates both their Reinhardt and their supports from each other. Where
Yeah.
their Reinhardt has to make the decision: do I have to walk all the way back to get heals, or do I go forward and then or to the right? Like he's kind of stuck, right? And he's not going to get healed. And the
Yeah.
supports, they're going to think, okay, well, do I walk into the bubble to try to heal Ryan and die to this team because now I'm walking towards a team? Because I'm assuming Diva's here and Tracer's here too, right? And then maybe Lucio's like back here or something. I don't know. Or the supports are like, okay, well, this is like a red territory now, right?
Yeah.
So do I gotta back up and further isolate myself, or do I push into red territory? And this is like the whole. This is why Brawl died to dive. Like most of the time, you can kill Brawl using dive if you played smart. and like understand like micro territory. Okay, so we know they're rotating this way. What's our plan? What do you think the best plan is?
I definitely
Enemy
think we
Reinhardt.
I definitely think we should like surround them, like.
Where were you playing, Monkey?
I was on high ground.
Which one?
So I'm just gonna circle the general areas that you guys were playing. And then the last one is Lucio, and I think Lucio was here. If he wasn't there, then he should be up there with you. But the whole idea now is Monkey has to separate their backline, right? As this Ryan pushes forward to contest point, because he's required to now. Let's see. 86%, right? So he needs to take a fight now. And he chooses to take a fight now. So he's going to push forward, and that's when we engage. Because I'm going to assume that their team's not going to go forward as a stacked unit. They're going to go forward in a line. Like, Ryan moves forward, then Zarya moves forward, then Bath moves forward, then Ana moves forward, then Kree moves forward, then Soldier moves forward, right? In that order. They're not going to be stacked perfectly. And by the way, there are Owl teams that can't do this. But if you guys all stack like this, then it's really hard to actually, like, take a good engagement. There's no, like, win condition. Which is when, like, Lucios are forced to jump into the middle of the enemy team and boop someone back, potentially killing yourself doing that to separate, like, maybe a Bap or an Ana, and then the whole team bubbles this off, and then engages this as a 5v6. While the Ana is, like, walking through a monkey bubble to get back. 1 second. Okay, yeah. So let's see how we take this fight. Okay, so this is exactly what I was talking about. Their Ryan's on point, their soldiers on stairs, everybody else is, like, back here. So if we're able to isolate one of these people or both of these with this one, we'd win this fight. Good chase down.
Sorry, I'm coming in late.
We ended up winning that fight because they stood behind here. And because they didn't follow their Ryan. If their Ryan was able to push through that grav, he would have died, Winston. And then we wouldn't have the cover to actually, like, put a Kree or a Lucio onto point. So that was their big mistake. Was that they weren't stacked up.
If you need a second perspective, you can use my VOD too.
Okay. I might. I'm only gonna look at this map because I gotta go to bed earlier. I've got a work meeting at 9 a.m. in person at Kettler.
Fun.
No, because I need to walk all the way over to fucking housing later, right? On Monday and Tuesday during the break, and put in like 18 hours worth of work.
That's fun.
I got volunteered for it too.
Yay.
The worst part. They're like, hey, I'll literally start with the email.
You mean voluntold?
Notice, just yeah, for the duration of health inspections, blah 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 blah. They're like, this is our CIO. This is our CIO. This is my boss. This is me. This is a student worker. Everyone else is like an actual fucking person except for me. And I'm like, why did I get picked for this? You know? What the fuck?
What are you doing?
I have to go into housing and do infrastructure upgrades on the Wi-Fi antennas there.
Ooh, fun.
Nice.
I'm not looking
Getting
forward to it.
upgraded Wi-Fi.
Yeah, Daniel was like, hey, we're probably gonna give you a raise just to keep you like on board. And I'm like, thank you.
Nice.
Did you hear back from the other job you were trying to get?
Yeah, HR said, nah.
Lame.
Mm-hmm.
They found
I'm
your
literally
Twitch.
the best candidate. Probably in Fort Wayne for it too.
What is
And
it?
I'm already in the fucking HR system, so there's no fucking work there. I just can't work full time and be a student or something. Which is bullshit because I've worked 2 part-time jobs while I was a student, anyways. Which is like almost more than a full-time job, like 1 full-time job.
I'm in a similar situation with the history department. It's painful.
Why are we so slow? What the fuck? We need to meet them here, okay? This actually pisses me off. I'm gonna show you a VOD. It's a bit different meta. It's Sombra Reaper. What is it?
You mean just Brawl?
RE0?
So should I just like push up there even though I'm like the one in the front then?
Well, your Ryan should be in front of you.
That's why I hesitated because I was like if I walk up there I'm just gonna die.
I'm really confused how our Ryan is so low already, though. I mean, that's like, did their Ryan get a nade and ours didn't?
Yeah. Because if you see Zarya got hit with the
Yeah,
nade, but Ryan
yeah.
didn't.
Yeah, that's why we lost it. Damn. That's literally just heal diff.
We didn't even lose this right away. Like we were holding for a while.
And part, like, to be honest, we shouldn't have even lost it because I'm pretty sure you're making booped.
Yeah, I
They're-
booped one off.
Well,
Right.
not just one, they're Reaper.
So
Yeah, off high
All
ground.
their damage.
this is a like 4-5, 4-6 team
Mm.
that I played on, and I was a main support, so anything Lucio related. And our plan was to hold this area of the map before point caps and give them the high ground. Why would I do that?
Because if you guys have point cap first and hang into that back room, they have no hope to save you.
There's another reason.
You're forcing point, which forces someone to drop from high ground, and you
Yep.
can just bounce whoever drops.
Yeah,
Especially
so-
since you have the Sombra and Reaper.
So somebody's gonna have to drop, right? And we could keep a Sombra or Reaper on point, or even like a Diva, because there's this like massive chunk of cover from this high ground. And they're gonna drop, and then we rush and engage them, depending on who drops. Until then, we're gonna play painfully slow and just rotate people onto point until they get low, and then we put a next person on, and then they get low, and then we put a next person on, right? And we keep doing that until eventually they're gonna get we're gonna alt cycle and try to like get an advantage and then win a fight. So let me show you how this goes. I think it's really important to watch good teams, like see like how they communicate and how they function. Like look how stuck together and grouped we are. Like my aura never changes off 5, except for then because my Sombra fucked off, but he's scouting. So there's Sombra scouting on point. They know where we are, and they're not gonna engage us because in this small ass room. If we have a cooldown advantage, we're gonna win. Okay, so they take that high ground, which is fine, because we're still in this room. 2 seconds left on the point, we engage. Why am I contesting the Sombra here?
It's Lucio's job to keep her off from hacking anyone and keeping sights on her.
Yep. Also, if I get hacked, it's really hard for me to get hacked because I'm always saving boop. So I can walk up to her and boop to like damage cancel the hack. And if she tries to farm me, like if she does a lot of damage to me, she's not gonna do that much. I only have 200 HP as compared to like if D.Va was checking the Sombra. I want to throw him out of position so my Sombra can get a hack. Reaper no Wraith, so we call him. Engaging on him. Like, look how grouped we are. Like, it's literally 6v6 over here. Because the moment that somebody breaks off, everyone's going to dive them and kill them. You'll see that happen soon. We get Cole first, because we were taking a lot of poke.
That Reaper got
We get
really
Cole
lucky.
next. And then our Reaper finds our Sombra. Which is big, because it allows us to take a lot of space. We get an EMP off. They beat. This is EMP, 2 Coles, 2 beats. In first
6 man is so strong when played right.
and they have Primal. So like, this game has only lasted for 1:30, and we've had 3, 4 ults already like used. Why am I? But yeah, that's why I was back there for EMP. Unlucky. I always die to D.Va bombs. Like, look how long this fight's. It's still going on. Okay. Anyways, next map. We end up losing that. No, it was close. So let me show you the movement that you use to like get there as fast as possible. Because whoever stands on high ground first gets that choke advantage, which is massive. Because then you have a high ground advantage, and then you win the point, unless something crazy happens. So this is what I do. I jump up here immediately. And then I killed our D.Va. Because she used boosters. And then go for the Moira. I don't think I could kill on her. Because she faded in time. But, like, notice how, like, it's always, like, I push up. And then somebody else pushes up to cover me. And then somebody else pushes up to cover them. And then somebody else pushes up to cover them. And then I come in with full health and then push up too. Like, it's constantly, like, the enemy has no breathing room. And this is Brawl. Like, Brawl with the Echo. Anyways, yeah. Like, getting there fast is really important. Let's watch back the VOD. See how fast we got there. So right-click the ground to get to the point faster. Right, like right now.
Yeah.
Give yourself those boosts. Use personal barrier for energy and use projected barrier to allow people to push. Like, you still didn't use personal when you're up there, so you give up. The high ground fight's going on, and they have 2 barriers. And then you dropped, which is unfortunate, but on the low ground you have 1 barrier, right? Against 1-1. Or actually 0-1, but you're against a Reaper, and it doesn't really matter. So your team automatically loses the frontline war because you weren't able to use both barriers. And generally, like, you know what a self-peel bubble is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's when you, like, stand in front of the Orion with a bubble,
Yeah.
a personal bubble, and then you bubble him later.
Yeah.
Or before. Just depending on cooldowns. I don't know why they gave up point. That was a big mistake for them. This Lucio's as good as dead. And he's still alive. Because he killed our Kree somehow. Riley, what you playing with? Sock. Okay. I like that projected bubble. I think I should just play Genji. We didn't need to nano Rhine, but we did. We're not being.
I
very
should be
proactive.
scouting.
What I should be doing is scouting over here, deflect, ready to back up, and you should be up here, Lucio, and scouting if they're going that way or this way.
I realize we play very reactively.
Yeah, we do. And our reactions aren't correct, so we're 0 for 2 in that. Like, NYXL is a really reactive team, traditionally, at least like season 1 through 3. They made it work for them because they were all very, very smart players. Runaway was a very reactive team in GOATS, except for Bumper, but that was kind of like a... Bumper's different. It's like you can be a reactive team as long as you make the right reactions and do it fast enough, you're going to be okay. But right now we're not doing either of those, so... I knew he had grab and I tried to reflect it, and I watched back the VOD and he sent it right over my head.
Homie knew what he was doing.
Yep. I also don't know why we engaged them in that hallway. Oh, we're on the map. Yeah, we engaged them in this hallway instead of waiting until they came out here. Right, so who pushed through what choke?
That was me.
Yeah, we pushed through the choke and we lost. This is going to be a trend. Like, whenever you're defending, your advantage is you get to choose when the fight happens. The attacker's advantage is they get to choose where it happens. You can rotate that way, they can rotate that way, they can rotate that way, they can rotate through there, all the way over here if they wanted to even, right? During this time, as defenders, we get to choose, okay, if they go this way, I want to attack them there, I want to attack them there, I want to attack them there, I want to attack them here, or maybe even here if we have that mobility, right? The attackers get to choose, okay, so we're on a more brawly comp, maybe we have a Brig, I always want to play in here, right? So these are our two routes. And then if we go this way, then we got to just defend whoever touches point as best as we can. And if we go this way, then we have to be prepared for a Lucio boop off the map this way, or like a Zarya bubble Rhine pin into this corner or something, you know? But instead, what we did was, they were like, okay, we're going to play here because they have a Genji, and Genjis don't really operate well in closed rooms. And then they're like, oh, wait, they just handed everyone's head on a silver platter because they pushed through the choke for some reason and gave up any advantage that they would have of people being grouped up over here. Like, so we were all grouped up as a little, like, 6-man group here, and one Rhine swing does 75 damage or 80 damage. So 80 times 6... Their Rhine did 480 damage that our healers now have to heal. If we want to throw in a Fiery Strike, that's 100 times 6 plus 480 for free because we're all grouped up and we don't have a D.Va to eat that. On top of that, they have a Brig, right, which is more cleave. They have a Reaper, which is very good close range. A single flashbang would kill him. This hallway area is super good for Lamp. Like, obviously the Rhine. Zarya right click strong, especially with Grav. Like, the fact that we push... Like, as soon as we push into that room, it's lost. Like, this comp is more of a poke. Because we have the Genji Kree. This comp is more of a counter dive. Because they have the, these 4.
So letting them come up to that high ground would have been better, right?
As long as we engage them as soon as they push out here, push out through here.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
Because
whenever they
I remember
engage
looking
after-
for a boop there.
Yep.
And
Like literally in the
We
VOD I
died.
showed you, I took this path and booped their diva off the map and gave us a massive advantage. Big dub. Oh, by the way, Salty is one of the best divas in the fucking game too. I mean, like, what the fuck? Trial of Champions, they 4-0'd Antiku. They won Open Division. This is actually the season that, yeah, this is. See if I have anything on it. Yeah, I mean, we were being Gorilla Grip in scrims. Our Zero refused to scrim us because they're all egos. Like Tensa, this guy invented goats. Like, he was a member of the original goats roster. Like, the goats comp, this guy invented the goats comp. He had XQC on his team too. Yeah. So, like, this is. I booped someone real important, okay? That's what I'm getting at. And the guy who invented goats couldn't boop him, so. But it all comes down to, like, speed and understanding chokes. And I think that's our biggest issue with tanks. Like, both. I think Max understands it a little bit, but both tanks need to understand it really, really well, because it's like the penultimate tank, like, thing is understanding what space to maintain and what space to push. And it's all about chokes in this game.
Yeah.
Jokes
Like,
and kill
we need
boxes.
to push through this choke. This is a scary place to push through, isn't it, Ryan?
Yeah.
So as soon as you go out here, it's like turning. It's like going through a door and then hearing that door slam behind you because you don't know if your team's following you or not, right? This is where trust comes in. This is where speed amp comes in. Because if we saw someone on point here and this Ryan's up here, what kind of fight are we taking against this Ryan?
1v6.
Of at the very worst, it's a 5v6 against a Ryan.
Yeah.
Blow the fuck up. There's no excuse for him, this Reinhardt to be alive. That's why I say, we always reset high, because we need someone on high ground, and we need 6 people on high ground. If not, scouting people. Like, if this is a tracer on point, this tracer can get a lot of value by just poking our ass and making our backline turn around. Maybe our Kree looks around and tries to kill the tracer, or tries to kill me, instead of shooting at the Rhine. Now it's a 5v5, and I'm getting value because I'm forcing the healers to heal the Kree, and I'm forcing the Kree to not shoot at the Rhine shield, or the Rhine. You had a shield advantage, you could play really slow, but then we use beat, which is like a really fast tempo thing. So now there's a tempo indifference between our front line and back line. I tell you guys to kill Lamp. Thanks for the bubble. I get booped. All's good. Get that kill. Reaper, no Wraith, and Hookah. On point. Nobody's. I swear nobody was shooting at him. I promise you nobody was shooting at him. Okay, now, what do we do?
Reset high.
Thank you. But then, now what do we do?
Scout.
Thank you. There's actually a 4th path that they could take on this map. Do you guys know what it is?
Underneath.
Under.
Yeah, underneath. Why is underneath a bad idea?
Just drop on them.
Yeah, we can drop on them. and
We
that's a
just
free
rain
engagement.
hell.
Yeah. If they go underneath, we essentially become a dive comp.
Yeah. On top of that, we have an Ana just standing here, and as soon as nobody's paying attention, there is a 6-man anti. And our Ana's safe as fuck up here, because there's no one, like, in her peripheral. Oh, it's a 97. I didn't even notice. We call an engagement in here, which is iffy, but I'm okay with this because it's preemptive. It's not reactive. Like, we're not waiting for them to push past a choke. We're engaging them, like, when we need to. But they had ults,
Yeah.
and we died really fast. We died with Nano. That was our fight to win.
Did you not drop
By the
with
way,
us?
in Attorney, the most important map, first map. Do you know why?
Mental.
Yeah, it booms. It booms stupid people. And you always assume your opponents are stupid. So, because like as soon as you lose one map, they're like, "Oh my god, guys, we need to change something," and that's the mistake. When you play things that you're not used to in scrims, you're like, "Man, we got to change up something because something's not working." Blah blah blah. That's when more mistakes are made, and weird team comps are like created out of thin air to try to counter us. Wait, who took the alternate path like over here?
Cree.
Was that
I think
Creed?
it was Reaper.
Oh,
Did we have a Reaper?
No, it's Cree.
that's fine. Okay, I'm gonna watch this last one. I'm not gonna say much during it.
Is this one also on quick play settings?
Nope.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, it is. Because competitive would say 1-1.
Yep.
Hmm.
You guys remember when it was a best of 7, not a best of 5, to win? No, best of 5 instead of best of 3. To win
Yep.
these.
Mhm.
Yep. You had to have 3 points completely.
That was
Yeah.
painful. Because then people start getting tired and lazy, and then all
Okay.
mistakes are made.
How the fuck do I play this as a monkey with like no off tank? Because I felt like a lot of the times I was just like so
Well,
clueless on.
it's not that you are the off tank.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Cause like
So you're not the engager. Your ball's still engaging, but you support the engagement by jumping in with barrier.
yeah, and it felt
I
like
only
a lot of
changed
the
that because their Zarya was carrying, and the way to counter Zarya is to give him more shields or throw more shields in the mix.
okay.
And also, there's no stun with Zarya or Ryan unless you count pin.
Yeah.
So ball is good against that.
Like
Slows down the fights. If they're brawl, they're playing stacked 6. So one ball like roll through and then a slam does like a shit ton of damage and gives us a good engage, which is why I'm on Doomfist.
yeah, like a
It's
lot
like
of
everything relies on ball engaging.
I was gonna say like a lot of times I just felt like I was like standing around waiting, and I just died. So I don't know. I was like getting really frustrated because I was like I don't know what I'm doing.
I don't remember if I did shit on Doomfist in this map.
You had your moments, and then your moments where you did nothing.
Like here, ball. I feel like you should already be in their back line. You shouldn't be waiting
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Like I feel like you
This
play
is like-
with like the front line way too often, and it just makes it so that we're all waiting and just waiting and waiting.
Ball is always moving.
Do you like playing ball, Uncle?
Yeah.
Do you think you would watch a streamer who plays ball very, very well?
I do occasionally.
Who do you watch?
Yeetle mostly.
Okay. Needle's good. I'm gonna put this in general. Parblue is very good for off tank. Needle's alive right now, actually. Ah, fuck. Who else?
Ball, but I don't know if that's the most helpful for.
Is it Beaver?
He-
Is Beaver?
oh
play ball?
no, not Beaver. Fuck
No?
him. No.
Because I know Ball
What?
plays.
I just know if
Remember when you
Ball, like,
recommended
gave up on the
Hammond
game.
main?
Yeah, Hammond mode.
go watch one of Yeetle's unranked GMs because
I have. They are very helpful.
let's say
That's actually what I watched to get out of bronze.
Yeah, this is him.
what the fuck am I looking at, dude?
It's a ball one trick. What
I
do you
don't-
expect?
I don't think this is him. Hold on. Yeah, this is him.
I'll say I'm pretty sure it's him.
Yeah. He's good at ball, but he's a ball OTP. Who the fuck else?
Blue Eagle.
if he has a Twitch. Hold on. Fuck. Oh my god, he does.
Unsalted?
Oh yeah, Insulted.
He plays ball?
He plays Hog and Orisa, I think.
Oh, I was about to say. I hate
He's
watching
mostly
this
hog,
dude.
but-
I didn't
He's
know
so
he-
annoying.
He's a fucking dickhead too.
Yeah,
Anyway, which is probably why you hate him.
he's fucking annoying because all he does is bitch and moan.
I'm trying to think of the other ball players, but yeah, definitely watch Hammond Main, Yeedle, this guy who deleted all his
Yeah.
tweets and gave up.
Why did he quit?
Yeah. I don't know.
'Cause
but
the
he
game's
posted
bad.
it on there,
Sure.
and he quit.
He played on NA and avoided.
He
Yeah,
did.
because he's a ball one trick.
Yeah, but I thought that was just Hammond main.
I think. Did Hammond Main play on NA avoided?
Yeah,
Is it-
Mason faced him with Bastion main, Hammond main, and then you have the Sim.
Dyslexia, Aquamarine, yeah. What the fuck? Hold on. Let me find some servers. LH Cloudy's good for Ryan. Mooma's dog shit. Super is good. Watch him.
Super do be kind of nutty.
Actually, just flexing the server.
Dude, what the fuck? Aiko, threw my games. But I like him. But he threw my games. Clone, man. Is it faded? Yeah. Good, good. The fuck is he doing now? He plays. Yeah, he's main tank. Yeah, I'll choose Twitter versus Twitch. No, did you want to look at anyone?
For like streaming wise.
Flats is just good for main tank, but I don't know about ball. I haven't seen him play much ball.
That's just stupid. I don't really like him, but if he's entertaining and he makes you want to watch the game more, go ahead. This
Yeah,
guy
really.
was Owl season 1, and now he's not even like contenders.
Yeah, I never
RCK
really
Owl
watched
season
much.
2.
Yep.
Rhino is literally 14. Seeker there's funny stories behind him. 10 says the Lucio is talking shit about. This was the guy that I replaced on his first team.
Hmm.
Wub's a nut job.
Add Choi to that list.
Damn, yeah. Custa's here. Corey. Chip Sajin. Raucus. Seagull.
The Eagle's still in there.
Yeah. Dude, I haven't looked at this in so long. Blizzard OW people. I don't think Jeff Kaplan was ever in here. Uber, Puckett, Jaws.
I think
Curry Shot is a
Zoe
fucking
was there
one of the
too.
smartest people. Kai. Mazer, Banny. Holy
Is
fuck,
Natter in
dude.
there?
Yeah, he is.
Oh
Top tier
yeah,
staff.
I was gonna share that. He did something on Ball Tracer.
Oh yeah, you should throw that somewhere.
He also was doing
Find
like a
that.
live VOD at Ball Tracer against Brawl like right at 10. If you don't watch it back tonight.
These two are nobodies that I'm part of. Yeah, but this is owned by Slasher, so you know it's top quality server. It's really not. It's garbage. But I don't like a lot of fucking pros are in here, so people are like want to be in here. But nobody like if you got in this server, right? And it's I can't invite people. You have to get an invite from one of the mod staff, and they're dicks. But the whole idea of the server was like it's supposed to be for like the top tier players or whatever. But I mean, there's so many fucking like gold and bronze players and shit. It's like it doesn't really matter.
Actually?
The server's stupid. Yeah, for real.
Oh my god.
I mean, I don't know any gold players, but I know that they're in here. Because you can look at recruitment and
People looking for gold players.
yeah. I'll look at NA Scrim and see if I can find 3.3, 3K. Autumn Souls, what the fuck? What is he doing in 3K? 2.9? Like, there's so many iffy players, dude. Okay, I gotta get you into this server too.
Do you want me to post his newest Brawl concepts?
Yeah, go ahead. That's a good idea.
If you have time, just go through his channel, honestly, because
There's so much there that's so useful.
Yeah, it's all really good. Just make sure you watch like recent stuff, because things change in the meta and things change in the way that the game's played.
Wizard 101.
Yeah. This is a bunch of like tier 3 players that played Wizard 101. Essence is a homie. Viral created it, and he's like this like 24-year-old, like he's played every fucking game to ever exist. Vexy's dog shit. Regalia is I guess a famous player. But... yeah. Anyways, what else? What other fucking weird servers am I in? I'm in the OW Police Department, which is about like you're only allowed to be in here if you're GM or top 500. I don't remember, but they like rank people, and it's like really weird. Like I never like gave a shit enough to actually like submit anything and get verified. But there's like an Overwatch battle tag tracker where if you find a cheater or something and report it, it'll log it, and people just mass report people to get them banned as fast as possible. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird, but it's like useful, I guess. Bad players, Yinza.
Damn, someone actually hit 5K.
It's a joke. It's
Oh, it's not?
Yeah, no, of course not.
It's
No.
a joke.
You have some
That'd be pain.
owl players here. Where is it? Announcements, maybe? Fashion changes. Crossplay when it got announced. Did this guy leave that server? Yeah, he did. Damn. This guy created it. He added everyone when Jeff left. Nobody's really posting it since. What else? This guy really doesn't. Yeah, that guy doesn't really post it. Oh, Elo health is important.
Yeah, I'm alright in that one.
One really nice thing is, have you noticed the like massive difference between playing comp and playing in scrims, Uncle?
Yeah.
If you really like the scrim experience, I recommend you go to Elo Hill and join Pugs.
Oh,
It's just like if a scrim was like dodgeball in a playground, like everyone just like picked
yeah.
heads, like you're on my team, you're on my team, you're on my team, you're on my team until the teams are full, then you like play a match against each other. And there's a lot of
Yeah.
comms and shit. It's really fun.
Usually, like Elo, I haven't done Elo Hell, but on my like the esport team one server, we do like just puds with all the teams. It's kind of a shit fest and like just memes because it's all teams with higher ranking, so it's not actually competitive. But I'm pretty sure Elo Hell defines it in skill range, right?
Okay, but that's gonna be it for the VOD. I didn't really cover
Yep.
much of this last map, but I think it's more important that you
I think it was good.
you guys understand chokes a little bit better, which is better, and
Yeah.
you guys understand like why our comp would have completely destroyed them if we played it right.
Hmm.
Like it was
Thanks
totally
for doing the
possible to win
VOD.
against that team, especially since we won first round.
Oh,
We
yeah.
were able to like win fights and pick fights off of them.